welcome to the Power Talk, and today we are being praised, whereby we are going to talk about matters concerning politics in the Gen Z era, and also today we are going to talk about issues that are pressing from the headlines, the headlines that are making bold today. Mostly, feel welcome to the studio, and I'm Brania Chai, and I'm not the only one in the studio, but being accompanied by one and only. Yes, welcome, Neri.
Sylvia.
Sylvia, okay. Yes, Sylvia, how are you?
I'm very good.
You are doing great? That's awesome. Then, to move on, we have the issue about the Gen Zs. We have the Mandamano. We have seen some 5 figures who have been exposed by Standard Media Group, who are going to they are being said that they have really drawn the map for tomorrow's demonstration. What's your take on that, and how do you see the tomorrow's demonstrations, whereby the youths are going to march in the Nairobi CBD, all just for the commemoration of the 25th last year June protest of the finance bill, whereby most of the people lost their lives? And how do you think about tomorrow will be?
I think that demonstrating and picketing is a right of every Kenyan, as it is written in the Constitution.
Sure.
And tomorrow is a very important day in our country, considering it marks the day that we lost many of us, the Gen Zs, the people who had gone to fight for our country. And they are martyrs. They are great people and will forever be remembered in this history. So I feel like everyone, tomorrow, every youth should come out. We go, we demonstrate, we show our respect to their lives, to the lives that were lost that day. That could have been anyone. So a remembrance is very important. Yeah.
Sure, that's awesome. And you have really talked about a certain issue that has raised concern about the Gen Z's protest tomorrow. You have said that you're going to the streets to demand not only to commemorate these heroes and heroines who fought for the finance bill last year, 2025, of which most of them lost their lives. And we have seen that there is a line between the police and the Gen Zs, all the protesters who are now going to see, we are going to have commotions here and there. Then the Gen Zs, their weapon only is that they then flag, water bottle, a whistle, and
Flowers.
And the flowers. Then, how do you think that tomorrow will be when we are seeing the police and from the expose from the Standard newspaper? We have seen some individuals have really spoke about negative about tomorrow, that how they have planned. How do you think this is going to affect tomorrow's protest?
I honestly don't know. And tomorrow, there was the planners of the protest had gone to the police to ask for, I guess, permission or for protection on that day. And it was received well, and people were confident that tomorrow is going to be a peaceful day and we are just gonna do the remembrance and stuff. But according to the Standard, the 5 who have been mentioned, and they're just, I don't believe that is true. They're just trying to create fear for the people.
So you mean that they're just throwing fear to the people, selling fear to the people, not to show up tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh, then what if something that has really touched me is that a woman is saying that eti marehemu wa Sayuni, I quote, marehemu wa Sayuni, mbona mmekubali kuja kuingia kwenye maandamano? So that's a mother speaking like that. How do you take it as a female?
It's very wrong, and it shows that she does not care about human life, and she should be held responsible for saying that, because demonstrating is a right and no one should be killed because of demonstrating or asking for accountability from the government. So she should be held accountable for saying such things or putting out such things.
Wow, then that's awesome. So do you mean that these people, as per now, when they have been exposed, they have really committed an offense?
They have. They
So
have.
they are supposed to be arraigned in court?
Yes, they are. Because it's a right of every Kenyan to demonstrate.
Yeah.
And they are creating fear so that we don't demonstrate. And if we don't demonstrate, we will not get the accountability we are looking for. And tomorrow is not just about accountability, it's about remembering the lives we lost. So it's a very important day, and people should just come out and support those families that lost their loved ones, because that could have been anyone, really. Yeah.
Then that's amazing. For years, we have seen the social media has been a tool for change and also for communication for so many decades now. We are talking about, we are using the social media day in, day out. But now, one of these exposed individual, Calvin Okoth, is saying that the Gen Z protesters and their sponsors have always used social media to propagate, incite, and share the information suits them. Therefore, they have been using their phones as a weapon against the police, recording and exposing them on work when they are in streets. How do you think about that one? So does it mean that tomorrow we should not be having our phones? Remember, the world is watching.
Yes.
How we are going to do that one?
I think social media and the use of phones is very important in such things, because last week we just were showed, we saw someone being shot.
Yeah, live with a rubber bullet.
Rubber bullet.
Yeah.
So if there was not that phone, social media, such information could not get to us. And they could not, accountability could be hard, because people saw him and they searched, and until we found the person who had done that.
Yeah.
And they were arraigned in court. So that's very important. We need our phones.
Yeah.
We need to document that. If the BBC had not gotten some of the clips from the people who had gone to the 2024 finance bill protest,
Yeah.
they could have not done that beautiful documentary.
Yeah.
So phones are very important. Social media is very important. Yeah.
Then you are there is something that you have written about the BBC. Do you think that the Western media invading into the Kenyan media is something of good value, or they are just, there's the incitement, or how are they being portraying Kenya? If you saw that documentary, to the other world, it may be seen that it is exposing Kenya in a bad way, whereby you saw the government saying that this is unlawful on this and this. So how do you think about the outside world who are in this media now?
What Kenya is doing,
Yeah.
what the government is doing to the Kenyan people is wrong.
Yeah.
And I feel like the outside world should see what we are going through as a people in Kenya.
Mm.
And it is right. It's right that people are shown, for example, the IPOA didn't even do anything to those people who are caught, and BBC exposed all of them, including their names.
Yeah.
So
So you mean that there's something that is being swept under the rug?
Yes.
And now you are bringing the IPOA, all they have not taken their responsibility of being independent, as they call them, independent policing and oversight.
Yeah. And in their defense, they say there are not enough funds for that. And I feel like you don't even need funds to get someone who was seen in TV or in a documentary, with all of their names.
So you mean that I saw it is Slay, I go for Slay, I read him in court, then we follow the procedure, we take him to cell, or we make him accountable?
Yes, the evidence is there. There's nothing more to look into. The evidence is there. They should be arraigned.
You have heard it from Slay, who has said that the evidence is there, and also every day, day in, day out, the police brutality, demonstrations, and as you have heard from our guest, she has really elaborated on how we are going to deal with this issue about social media, how we are going to execute our mandate as a Kenyan. Under the Constitution, you are being allowed to do your demonstrations. And remember that it's a peaceful demonstration, not for destruction. Until next time when we meet again, I'm Brania Chai. Goodbye for now.